Hey beauties, it's Riri. Welcome back into another day of Vlogmas, aka Derismas. This is my 31-day holiday marathon. We do a video every single day in December. I hope you guys are well. I hope you're having a good time. I hope you'll stick around and subscribe and give the video a thumbs up if you do enjoy. We're gonna dive in because we have a lot to get through. I have a ton of empties over here that I'm gonna talk about. I like to call my empties my like, love, and loathe. A like is, it was okay. Not necessarily would I repurchase it. I don't know that I would always recommend it to everybody, but I used it up and it was just fine. A loathe is, it's a no. It is a no from me. Would not repurchase, would not recommend, no. And a love is love, 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 holy grail, would repurchase or already have repurchased, so on and so forth. First up, this is a like. This is the Purlisse Blue Lotus 4-in-1 Cleansing Milk. Gently cleanses skin, removes makeup, tones, and soothes. The reason that this is only a like is because I don't feel like it's enough as far as kind of makeup removal and stuff like that. But I kind of compare this a little bit. I like the Kate Somerville one a little bit more, but it's almost like the Kate Somerville, like the Sensitive Milk Cleanser. But I feel like I get a little bit more actual cleansing, actual makeup removal from that. But if you are somebody like myself that you have very sensitive skin, reactive skin and stuff like that, I do recommend it, and I feel like especially if you can get it on sale, then it would be okay. It's not something I'm gonna run out right now and repurchase, but it doesn't dry my skin out. Sometimes when I cleanse my skin, if I get out and everything just kind of feels tight, I cannot do that. I do not like that sensation. I don't like that at all. I don't like to feel like everything is just stripped. I just wish, and it would be a love, if it just gave me a little bit more in terms of makeup removal. Next up is the Patrick Ta. This is the Plumping Gloss in the shade Headliner, and it was their limited edition shade from last year. I love the doe foot applicator. It picks up a lot of product at one time though, so less is more, and I've always had to take and just kind of scrape it off a little bit. The way that it doesn't plump in terms of making your lips just look big and full and stuff like that. It plumps in terms of making your lips just look plump and juicy, taking away the lines and stuff like that. It has the slightest, most beautiful little flush of a pink tint to it, and it has a tiny, tiny kiss of like a mint to it. It's lovely. I love these. I love these a whole lot, and I was tempted to get another one this year, like during the Sephora sale, just for the price point. I do love it, and if I could get it on sale, I would repurchase it, and I've used it up. But it's expensive, so it's a like / love. Next up is the KLARITY, the Capri in a Bottle Lemon Sugar. I've actually gone through quite a few perfumes, and I always forget. There's like a kiss of this, y'all. First of all, the packaging, if you've been here with me for a while, y'all know I love KLARITY perfumes. My only qualm is that a few of their scents, in my opinion, and maybe it could just be me, they don't last as long on the skin. This, though, it is like those beautiful like lemon drop candies with like a little bit of creaminess, a little bit of brightness from the lemon. This is my most perfect, amazing, beautiful summertime scent. The packaging is stunning. I love this perfume. This is a love. And I was gonna get it in the Sephora sale, but I was like, girl, you are not gonna wear that until summertime. This is like a spring summer vibe for me. It's just soft and fresh, slightly gourmand, but also a little bit more rounded and a little bit more bright, which I really love. It's not so sickeningly sweet that like you're like, oh, but I was gonna repurchase it in the Sephora sale, and I was like, no, let me get it in the Sephora sale in springtime because I'll be wearing it in spring and summer. Love. If you love lemon like your girl, you'll love this. Next up is the Mixed Chicks, the Curl Sculptor Fast Drying Elongator, and it was just like a mini. I had actually gotten like a curl discovery kit type of thing. Sorry about the light, you guys. I'm filming in natural daylight as much as I possibly can, so I do apologize if the sun goes in and out. But as I come up and then bring the product back, obviously it takes the white balance, it messes it up, but I'm sorry. But I got a thing because I do have very wavy hair, and my son has very, very curly hair, like ramen noodle soup hair. So I will get us like discovery kits, and I'll kind of split that up. This is great. The texture though, the best way I can describe it, you guys, and I would reuse this and stuff like that, I would repurchase this because the texture and stuff feels nice, but it almost feels slimy. And it's like a little bit thinner. But I will put this in when my hair is still damp, and I'll just kind of run it through just with my fingers and kind of finger comb my hair, and it does take away like frizz and stuff like that, and it smells really nice. It's just that texture thing, like I'm a neurodivergent beauty, so texture and sensory things, I get weirded out by things. So the texture is a little weird. It is a little slimy-ish. That's the best way I can describe it. It's like a gel, but slightly slimy. And it's a little bit looser of a kind of curl cream or curl type formula than what I'm used to, but it works great. It's beautiful. Next up, I have a couple of brow products. I have the Koki, the Gel Ink Dual-Ended Eyeliner. I was not using this as eyeliner. I just used it in my brows. And it worked just fine. And then it has on one side, if I can get any of it out, on one side it was kind of like your standard eyeliner. But I like the fact that this is more of like a coppery, like shimmery type of eyeliner. And then on this side, I was actually using this as a brow pen. Now it is a little bit thick to be a brow pen, but that's what I was using it for. It has dried out and this is almost gone, but the actual, like the liner part of it is bulletproof. It is waterproof. It looks beautiful, like especially with like an eye look like I have on today, like something a little bit more like neutral leaning or something like that. Beautiful. I think Koki is very underrated. I've used their highlighter and loved it, and their concealer, when I was kind of using concealer more often, I loved their concealer as well. But very underrated and very affordable brand as well. Next up, I went through the Maybelline Build a Brow. This has the brow marker and the gel. I'm trying to see my shade, but I'm pretty sure I wore it off. Brown something. But here's the little gel part. As you can see, that part is used up. And then what I love about this brow pen is it is teeny tiny. Like you can get in here with very teeny tiny feathery actual real deal hair like strokes, and I love that. Bulletproof, stays in place. The only thing, and I am going to warn y'all about that, the little clear gel, I can't even get any out. Let me try. The clear gel, as you can see, has turned brown, obviously, because it goes through my brows and stuff like that. If you do not let this set and kind of set in place first before going in with this, or you go in with this after doing this, your brow, it will kind of transfer and like I'll have little marks above my brow. So just noting that for you guys. Quite affordable. I love the fact that I get the gel and the pencil, well, and the marker. It is bulletproof, lasts all day. I really like it a lot. Next up, I went through this little mini by Row New York Golden Carrot Overnight Relief Mask. It was really nice. It's a little bit more thick, a little bit more emollient on the skin. And I think especially if you do have dry skin, a nighttime routine with this, finishing at a nighttime routine with this, perfection. Like I would repurchase this. I think by Row stuff though is really expensive. I have the by Row, yeah, look y'all. If you've not tried that Koki liner, baby, yeah, the By Row Pear Oil. We received one in BoxyCharm like a long time ago, and then I paid for one. I paid full price for one because it was that damn good. Like By Row products are great, the ones I've tried. Next up, the one and only hair serum type of thing that I've ever felt like it actually made a difference. This is the Color Wow Youth Juice Collagen Scalp Treatment. Whew! That's a mouthful. I love the packaging. I got this on the day that it released because I've been on the hunt. I know that people sometimes will say stuff to me, like even people in my own life, they're like, girl, you got hair. You got a lot of hair. When I speak in terms of like thinning, which it's definitely gotten better, I'm speaking in terms, hello sunshine. I'm speaking in terms of like, I guess hereditary or like age thinning. Like I'm starting to see thinness through like right here. So I kind of specifically got it for like that. And I'm telling you, through the duration of me using this, and I will try if I remember, but you can go back to older videos from like 4 or 5 months ago. I used this about 2.5 months ago. This, y'all, has, in my opinion, grown back a lot. Like I feel like I've seen a difference. What I love about this versus several, and I'm using one right now too that I don't like. I hate it, but I'm trying to use it up. But what I specifically like about this, it's a little bit viscous. It's not like I'm just dripping water all over my head and then it's running down my back and it's running down my forehead. It has a little bit of like grip or hold to it so that when you place it into the hair, it's not going everywhere. And I know that might sound like a little minute, stupid thing, but to me, it's pretty important. The one that I'm using right now, I literally have to put it in and then lean my head back and like pat it so that it's not dripping water everywhere or dripping the serum everywhere. I like this. I feel like I've seen a change in, you know, my hairline and stuff like that. Maybe it's all in my mind, but I feel like I've seen a difference. I like it. I would repurchase it. It was expensive though, noting that. Next up, and I also went through a full size micellar water with the teal cap on it. I sometimes forget and I throw things away. This is the Garnier micellar cleansing water. I go through these things all the time very quickly. I like that specifically, like the Garnier line. They're very sensitive eye friendly. I do have sensitive eyes. I have sensitive skin, reactive skin, allergies, all the things. I've never had any issues with these. They're quite affordable as well, so I love this. Next up is the Flonnery, the Water Lily PHA Pore Refining Exfoliator. I didn't like it. I did use it up. It's all completely gone. It also kind of has a weird slimy gel type consistency. I'm trying to explain this. Most physical exfoliants, they tend to be a little bit thicker, and then as you're kind of manipulating it into the skin, you're just feeling the granules, if that makes sense. This, it's almost like a weird jelly, slimy type of feeling, and then I can feel a couple of particles. I don't feel like it does enough, but I try specifically with skincare. Once it's open, I try to use it up. I try my best to use it up, but I would not. I don't like this. I wouldn't repurchase it. I don't feel like it did anything. I don't feel like it did enough at all for me. So yeah, that was a loathe. I didn't like that. Next up is the Fenty Hair, the Comeback Kid Instant Damage Repair Treatment. The first time I ever used this, after I did my little Sephora haul, I got the mini kit of this and then the like wave or texturizing curl cream or whatever. This is lovely. I only got like 4 uses out of it, but even in the first day that I used it, like I filmed and I had this and then like the curl cream in my hair, y'all, I had no frizz, no flyaway, my beautiful waves, like I had, the curl retention and the curl pattern was really beautiful that day. There's something special about this. It smells incredible. Very thick, very intense, very rich. I love this. It is a little bit pricey, but I highly, highly recommend. Like, especially if you can get it on sale, honey, I say get it. Next up, I already bought a backup, of course, and this is probably my 6th or 7th one by now. This is the Tower 28, the SOS Daily Rescue Facial Spray. If you have sensitive skin, reactive skin, rosacea, like your girl, I'll try to pop a picture here. This is amazing. This is, let me just kind of specifically read it to you guys. The happy solution for angry skin. Soothe, purify, and renew. SOS helps seriously soothe stressed out skin. Our hero ingredient, hypochlorous acid, maximizes your good skin days by reducing the appearance of redness and supporting the skin's renewal process for all skin types, especially sensitive skin. Vegan, cruelty-free, fragrance-free, alcohol-free, oil-free. It's lovely. It is lovely. If I am not using this daily, I notice a drastic difference in my skin. And I know the way that my rosacea really calms down. I will use this several times throughout the day. I use it prior to makeup. I use it at night before my skincare routine. I will use it just kind of throughout the day just to kind of refresh my skin. It is wonderful. Wonderful. I love it. Next up, and I already repurchased, is the Stila One Step Correct Skin Tone Correcting and Brightening Primer. I love this stuff so much. I also love that you see what's going on and it goes all the way up. There's no wasted product at all. I love it so much. I've repurchased it multiple times. I have gifted this to people. It is lovely. Again, if you have hyperpigmentation, redness, dark spots, acne spots, the way that this, when I apply this, and I typically, because I have dry skin, and this, full disclosure, letting y'all know right now, if you buy this on my recommendation, and you have dry skin, please make sure you hydrate well beforehand. Also make sure that you really kind of push it into the skin because it will peel when you put your foundation on if you use too much and or you're not hydrated enough. Just look, I learned that the hard way. Y'all don't have to learn it the hard way, okay? Do as mama says, not as mama did. You know what I'm saying? It just diminishes that redness so incredibly well, you guys. And then I can kind of freely go in with something else. There are times that kind of between this and the SOS Rescue Spray that I feel like, dang, my skin's looking really good, y'all. It's not quite as red today. Rosacea Riri is not in full effect on them days, okay? On those days, I will literally spray that on. I go in with this and a little bit of tinted moisturizer or tinted SPF. I'm done. Like, it is enough coverage and gives me enough of a veil and kind of takes away, gives me an even canvas instead of seeing just the red. But I love it. Like, I love it. And the little minis were on sale at Ulta for like $10. Next up is the Fenty Skin. This is the Plush Pudding, and this is the Intensive Recovery Overnight Lip Mask. This was in the original. I like the component of this, but I'm gonna note for y'all that it can get pretty messy and pretty gloopy and pretty gross and stuff like that, but I like that it kind of stays in. Let me see if I can, oh, I can get some out, yeah. But you can see it is quite thick, you guys, very, very thick. Very kind of like petroleum-y feeling, but that is what I love about it. It smells lovely. Like, I was so tempted, especially since it's on sale, to get their limited edition one for this year. But if you're looking for a thick, intense, very rich, but not sticky type of overnight mask, you guys, this is on my nightstand. I wear a lip mask, lip treatment of some sort every single night. When I wake up the next day, my lips are incredibly hydrated. They feel nice. I love this stuff. It is also very expensive though. Like, I'm gonna kind of make it a like love because it's expensive, but if you can get these on sale, I say go for it. Next up, this is a love, but I did not use this for my face. This was for my feet, and I will buy another one for my feet. It's the Aquaphor Healing Balm Stick, immediate relief for chapped, chafed skin with avocado oil and shea butter. And it's super affordable. Aquaphor is very, very affordable. It is a roll-up stick. You can see it's completely gone. I could maybe like dig the rest of this out, but I literally just take this, you guys, at the end of the night. I sit on my bed, like, I'm done with everything, shower, everything's done, skincare's on, all the things. I sit in my bed, I do my lip treatment. I will go in with this. I rub it all over my feet, put on my socks, get into bed, and I'm good to go. It's great. It's quite thick, obviously a little bit more emollient, that more like Vaseline-y type of consistency and texture, but I love it. Look, especially like myself, I keep saying this, if you got dry skin, or especially right now, the winter time when everybody I feel like has dry skin, it's perfection. It's great. I love it. Next up, it's just a like. I've gotten quite a few of these and I use them every time I get them, but I would not actively purchase it, if that makes any sense. It's the Wander Beauty Mile High Club Length and Define Mascara. I will say that I do like the fact that it's very, very black and that it is a little bit thicker of a texture. Like, I like a more dry mascara. I could go for a little bit fluffier of a wand. Sorry about that, you guys. I could go for a little bit fluffier of a wand, and I don't feel like I get like a ton of volume and stuff, but it does look pretty. And you know, if I have it, like I have another one, I just got another one in my IPSY, so I'll use them up. They're just not my favorite. I wouldn't actively seek them out. Next up, I'm so disappointed in this one. Maybelline Sky High, the Lash Sensational Sky High in the regular black, the Cosmic Black, is one of my all-time favorite mascaras. I have repurchased and repurchased and repurchased. So when they dropped this one, I don't know the exact shade, but it's like the wine purpley shade. It doesn't do anything. I'm like, dude, from the get-go, it was super, super dry, which I like a more dry, whipped type of, you know, formula for a mascara. But it just never did anything. Like, I never really noticed it. It didn't give me, this does not give me that crazy, crazy length like the standard Maybelline Sky High does. Don't like it, would not repurchase it. Don't know what happened with this. Don't know if I got a dud, because Maybelline comes through every single time with the mascaras. And they dropped the ball on this one, y'all. Disappointed. Next up is the Benefit, the Fluff Up Brow Wax. I've already repurchased this too. I love this little guy right here. It is a really small brush, which I love. And I like the fact that it kind of goes on. I'm gonna try to use, if there's some in here I can try to get out. I like that this, as you can see, like, it looks white, but as it's applied to the brows, it does not appear that way. And you get beautiful hold with this, you guys, without it being crunchy. You can't see nothing I'm doing. Without it being crunchy or anything like that, it is great. And it is bulletproof, budge proof. It lasts all day long. I already have it back up. It's wonderful. I did also go through 2 of my Maybelline Sky Highs. The regular one, I went through another Benefit Fan Fest. I went through my Smashbox mascara that was gifted to me. And I went through 2 minis. I think I have one more left. I went through 2 minis of the Hourglass Arch Brow Pencil and Dark Brunette. I get these in like the IPSY Drop Shop. Again, sometimes I use things up and I just kind of toss them and then I forget, and then I'm like, well, shit, I forgot all about that. And then last but certainly not least, I'm calling this done, because in the next 1 or 2 times that I do my makeup, I'm going to use it up, and I'm not going to hold on to this for another 3 or 4 months. This is the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer with niacinamide. Love it. Have raved about it. I was not, as I said at the beginning of the video, I'm a very sensory overload type of person. Specific textures, even with food, with everything, I do not like. And I'm not generally somebody that likes sticky or slimy or things like that. When I originally tried the Milk Hydro Grip when it very first launched, I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna try that. I hated it. And if you've been on the fence and or you've tried this type of primer and you said the same thing and you're like, nah, that is not for me, try it again. Try it again. And if you put just a little bit and you kind of press it into the skin first, let it sit and dry fully on the skin. I mean like 3, 4, 5 minutes. Then go in with your foundation. Game changer, you guys. Game changer. I love this. First of all, the niacinamide one more specifically, I get such a beautiful glow. Gives a beautiful level of hydration. I can put a matte foundation on top of this and you can still see that little bit of luminous quality through. And I 100% believe that this does make my makeup just kind of stick into place better and adhere a little bit better. I love it. I think it's great. Yeah, we didn't have too many duds, you guys. And I know there's a couple products that I tried that I did not like. The ColourPop plumping lip liners, they were not good, did not like that. And I'm trying to think of something else. If I remember through the editing process, I will comment and let you guys know. But I try my best to keep everything that I've kind of emptied. And I feel like for me personally, when I've kind of repurchased and repurchased and repurchased, I feel like it speaks volumes to these types of products. And when I've emptied products, because I use so many, I try thousands of products. So when something is emptied and or I'm saying, look, this is a holy grail, or look, I've repurchased this, I highly recommend it. Like for me, that's special because not every brand and not every product does that. That is it. Thank you guys so much for joining. I hope you'll consider subscribing. Give the video a thumbs up if you did enjoy. Thank you to my beautiful channel members. I love you. Stay happy, healthy, and safe. And of course, be your own best beautiful. Bye, beauties.